Well, a Hindu temple in Brampton has suspended its priest following allegations of his involvement in spreading violent rhetoric during clashes. The confrontation, which saw protestors waving Khalistani flags, escalated into violent scenes outside the Hindu Sabha Mandir during a consular event attended by Indian officials. Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown condemned the priest's action, stating that the vast majority of Sikh Canadians and Hindu Canadians want to live in harmony and don't tolerate violence. Well, situation in Canada, as we all know, and between India has been tense. The Prime Minister, the top leadership in the country has been extremely concerned about the treatment being meted out to not only the Indian citizens there, but also to diplomats who have been following protocol as a diplomat and as prescribed by diplomacy between these two nations. But yet there continues to be a proxy attempt to somehow harm India, belittle India, malign India's reputation and target this community. Brian, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Brian, this is obviously, not expected of Canada, but the fact of the matter is that in some vague sense this was expected of Canada when it came to their response. Just condemning this violence is not going to be enough. The perpetrators have to be booked. The people who have been looking to foment trouble in India, are enemies of the state, should be behind bars. Some of them should be extradited to India. That's the kind of action that India expects of Canada, not just lip service.
Well, definitely, Vinith, you very rightly said that it should be more than lip service. It should be more of a stern, a stern warning, a stern step than just, talking about it. And now, in a very alarming situation as well, a Hindu temple in Brampton has suspended its priest following these very allegations that he rather incited violent rhetoric. And amid this very clashes that happened at the temple on November 3rd. And this incident also, saw protesters displaying Khalistani flags, which also rather escalated into violence outside the Hindu Sabha Mandir during this very consular event that was even attended by many Indian officials. And then following the very clash, Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown also condemned the priest's action, emphasizing that the vast majority of Sikh and Hindu Canadians seek harmony and reject violence, and says that this is the kind of leadership they need, and says that most Sikh and Hindu Canadians wants to rather live peacefully and don't continue and don't condone violence as well. He also and even to the fact, he also urged the communities to reject divisive action, saying that one must not let agitators fuel division, and both Sikh and Hindu leaders in the greater Toronto area, should oppose this hate and violence, and he calls upon everyone in his community to avoid responding the violence. And now the law enforcement are also handling the situation, and even he says that Canada is a country where the rule of law must prevail. And this incident definitely has drawn widespread, condemnation, including from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, also, who reiterated that every Canadian has the right to practice their faith freely and safely, but it is not enough. Now, India has also rather condemned this attack, expressing concerns over the security of Indian nationals in Canada, which is completely deteriorating in the past few days, past few weeks, past few months that we have been also seeing.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.